Alright everyone, we got some exciting updates about Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta, specifically in Part 3 of Metal Gear Solid Legacy series, featuring the legendary David Hayter, Laurie Allen, and a mystery voice actor that fans have been speculating about for years regarding Eva.
There she is.
Yes.
You're so beautiful.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I love her hair.
Yeah, it's very
Colors.
70s, very groovy.
The
It's the
colors are
60s.
gorgeous. She loves him so much.
I know.
Oh.
That's right, we now have confirmation that the voice behind the iconic Eva is none other than Jodie Benson. You might know her as the voice of Ariel from Disney's Little Mermaid. For years, fans suspected Benson voiced Eva, the sultry and cunning spy from Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, although she went by a different name in the credits. The hints were always there, and now with MGS Delta, Snake Eater using the original voice recordings from a 2004 classic, Jodie's voice returns to the game, bringing a whole new level of nostalgia and authenticity to this remake. Because it has been confirmed in this video that the likes of Laurie Allen and Jodie Benson have come back to redo some of the voice lines in the game.
What was it like, stepping in and doing, some of the new lines and stepping into those characters again? How did
Oh, it
you
was a
feel?
blast.
It was a blast. It was
So
so
much fun.
easy because
Right.
they've been marinating and like their love affairs, their fights, their relationships. So it takes no time to literally drop into those characters, those relationships.
When you really think about it, it's incredible just how brilliantly Jodie Benson brought Eva to life, to go from the iconic Ariel that kids loved to this complex, sultry and layered spy in Metal Gear Solid 3. That takes some serious talent. Eva isn't just another character in Snake Eater, she's a pivotal to the entire narrative in MGS3, leaving a lasting impact on Snake and the boss and player alike. As some of you might remember, at the very end of Metal Gear Solid 3, Big Boss and Eva finally get a bit of, shall we say, private time together. And while that scene definitely adds a memorable touch to the story, what's even better is the hilarious way David Hayter and Jodie Benson recall capturing that moment.
One of my favorite memories was we had to do a love scene, you and I, which I'd never done in voiceover before.
Neither had I.
I've been unlucky enough to do it on camera, and that's always weird, but in voiceover you don't really need to
Right.
do it in real life, but
Yeah.
you have to make it sound like a
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
So shall we show them how we did the kissing scenes?
Yes.
It might
Yeah.
be too hot for TV, but
All
let's...
right, let's do
okay,
it.
so
Ready?
it was
And-
this. That's pretty much how
Your
we did
hand
it.
has never been so loved on.
Well, it was so funny because we're just kissing our hands.
Yeah.
So yeah, next time you watch that scene, just picture David Hayter and Jodie Benson cracking up in the booth between takes. It adds to a whole new layer, right? And it's those little behind the scene moments that make Metal Gear Solid feel so real and endearing, no matter how serious or intense the storyline gets, which just shows how much they've honed their craft in voice acting, that they can get themselves involved in this whole entire world behind a booth. A lot of voice acting was actually recorded with the actors together in the same room, letting them play off each other's energy, but there was also times where they also recorded solo, trying to synchronise their performances and immerse themselves into the world of Metal Gear without that direct feedback back and forth. Laurie Allen, who voiced the boss, mentioned she wasn't even in the same room as David and Jodie during certain cutscenes, and that's a common factor when in the voice acting industry. She really had to dig deep into her character to capture that right emotion, knowing it had to resonate with the audience even without the immediate connection of her co-stars. It's amazing to think how much they really had to bring individually, all to create the seamless performances we all know so well. It gets even more fascinating when you realise, as David Hayter mentioned in the video, the voice actors like himself often didn't get the script in advance. They usually walk into the booth, take a quick look at the lines and jump right into recording, most of the time. They do it with just a few takes on the spot, and it's this approach that added a raw, in-the-moment quality to these performances, capturing the reactions that feel almost instinctive, and it's incredible to think that so many iconic lines in Metal Gear were created under those kinds of conditions, especially when you look at Metal Gear Solid 1 and to think that you can actually hear subtle traffic in the background, and even with them limitations, it told a story unlike anybody else at that time when Metal Gear 1 came out.
You hear us do it on the thing. That's the first or second time we're
Yeah.
ever saying that
Right.
line.
When we audition for things, we never know if we're hitting upon a Metal Gear Solid. So our job is to stay in good vocal shape, and so that if we get the job, it's like icing on the cake. And so I feel so ridiculously grateful.
What's brilliant is that Jodie shared this hilarious story about her son stumbled across a hidden gem in their basement in a box. A copy of Metal Gear Solid 3. He finds this game and casually asks his mum, "What is this?" Little did he know he'd just uncovered one of the greatest games in the series ever made, and that his mum was actually in it. From the day on, Jodie's status shot up and she instantly became a super cool mum. And Laurie Allen even jumped in during the interview, joking that she is now a super cool auntie in the Metal Gear family. It's just a great reminder of how these actors are not just legends to us, but also get to have fun with those unexpected cool moments in their own families.
Found out. I have the game in a box, like in our basement.
In a box.
And
In the basement.
I'm sorry, Snake. In a box, that's right. And so he kind of did a little deep dive, and he came to me one day and he's like, "Mom, what is this?"
But alright, setting all that aside, maybe the family stories aren't what you're really here for, let's be honest. In Legacy Series Part 3, we also get a fresh look at some cutscenes, and honestly, what else can you say? Just look how incredible this game looks. The full rendition is stunning graphics and visually rich details brings Snake Eater to a whole new level. Every frame feels like a love letter to the original while enhancing it with today's tech. It's one of those times where you can really see how much care is going into making a visual masterpiece, one that Konami is clearly working very hard on. And with the great success of Silent Hill 2 Remake doing well with the fans, earning great reviews, is only just a living testament to how great remakes really can be if a lot of love and care is put into them. And it's fair to say that Metal Gear Solid 3 Delta does this in spades.
Yeah.
I also love
gosh,
how
I love
he
your
continues
suit.
to try to fight back.
I know.
She just outclasses him with every...
I raised you. I taught you everything you know.
You can tell they've made some clear tweaks here. The characters look as true to the original PS2 designs as possible, but with a far more realistic appearance. They've kept the iconic look while updating the detail, making them feel even more lifelike. And there's no question the animations are miles ahead of anything we've seen before. The expressions, the way they move, is all elevated to capture every nuance in a way that just wasn't possible back in the day.
Thing you need on fire, including your heart.
So there's not much else to report right now. It's mostly the old crew sharing their thoughts and feelings about the new remake, and the incredible legacy they all share together. I'll leave the link below if you want to catch the full interview yourself. And yes, I know you're all dying for that juicy release date news, but still nothing on that front. However, David Hayter assures us that the best is still yet to come. And with that being said, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like and hit that notification bell so you never miss any Metal Gear Solid updates. Drop a comment down below on what you think about this news, because I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm the Voice Box, and until we meet again, keep sneaking.
Let this be your first step into an epic adventure. You don't want to miss what we have for you next time.